The American Revolution. A pivotal moment in history that reshaped the world as we know it. It was a time of great upheaval, where the colonies fought for their independence from British rule. But beyond the battles and the declarations, there was a rich tapestry of human stories, struggles, and triumphs. A time of powdered wigs, declarations of independence, and guys named George throwing things into harbors. The Boston Tea Party, for instance, wasn't just a rebellious act. It was a statement, a bold declaration that the colonies would no longer be subjugated by unfair taxes and oppressive governance. Okay, maybe it wasn't all that dramatic, but it was a time of immense change, and at the forefront of it all were men like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin. These figures weren't just leaders, they were visionaries who dared to dream of a nation built on the principles of liberty and justice. These weren't just names on dusty textbooks, they were living, breathing, flawed individuals who shaped the destiny of a nation. Washington, with his steadfast leadership, Jefferson with his eloquent words, and Franklin with his ingenious mind, each brought something unique to the table. They came from different backgrounds, had different ideas, and even had different lifestyles. Washington, the military man. Jefferson, the philosopher-politician. Franklin, the inventor-diplomat. Each of them had their own set of beliefs and visions for what the new nation should be. They were a mixed bag, these founding fathers, but they shared a common goal: to break free from British rule and create a new nation. Their debates were heated, their disagreements were many, but their commitment to the cause was unwavering. Understanding their personal lives, their struggles, and even their contradictions gives us a glimpse into the soul of a revolution. Washington's relentless pursuit of victory, Jefferson's internal conflicts over slavery, and Franklin's balancing act between diplomacy and invention, all paint a vivid picture of the era. It's a reminder that history isn't just dates and battles, it's about people. People who lived, loved, fought, and dreamed. The everyday lives of the colonists, their hopes and fears, their joys and sorrows, all contributed to the larger narrative of the American Revolution. And these people, well, they were something else. They were ordinary individuals who did extraordinary things. Their legacy is not just in the founding documents they left behind, but in the spirit of resilience and determination that continues to inspire us today. Let's talk about George Washington. You know him. He's one of the most iconic figures in American history, the guy on the dollar bill. His face is literally money. The general who led the Continental Army to victory during the Revolutionary War. His leadership was crucial in securing American independence, but behind that stoic facade was a man of contradictions. He was a complex individual with many layers. He was a wealthy landowner who enjoyed the finer things in life. His estate, Mount Vernon, was a testament to his affluence. He loved to dance, throw parties, and dress to impress. Social gatherings at Mount Vernon were the talk of the town. He even had a penchant for fancy carriages and expensive furniture. His taste for luxury was evident in every aspect of his life. You could say he was the original influencer. He had a magnetic personality that drew people to him. But here's the kicker. He also believed in a simple, virtuous republic. He envisioned a nation where citizens lived modestly and valued hard work and integrity. He was deeply uncomfortable with the idea of being a king, even refusing the title when it was offered. He valued democracy and the principles of the republic above personal power. Talk about a guy who knew how to turn down a promotion. His humility and dedication to the country were unparalleled. He was also a slave owner. This is a part of his history that cannot be ignored, a fact that casts a long shadow on his legacy. The contradiction between his fight for freedom and his ownership of slaves is stark. He grappled with this moral dilemma throughout his life, ultimately freeing his slaves in his will. This act was a significant, albeit late, step towards reconciling his beliefs with his actions. In his farewell address, he warned against the dangers of political parties and foreign alliances, showcasing his foresight and wisdom. His words still resonate today. George Washington's legacy is a tapestry of triumphs and contradictions. He remains a towering figure in American history, a man who helped shape the nation while grappling with his own complexities. Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence, was a man of many talents and interests. He was not just a politician but also a philosopher, a scientist, and an architect. His contributions to the founding of the United States are immeasurable and his influence can still be felt today. Jefferson was the man who championed liberty and equality, ideals that were revolutionary at the time. He believed in the inherent rights of individuals and the importance of a government that served its people. He was a true Renaissance man, embodying the spirit of curiosity and innovation. Jefferson's interests were vast and varied, ranging from the arts to the sciences. He dabbled in architecture, designing his own home, Monticello, which stands as a testament to his architectural vision. He was also deeply interested in science, conducting experiments and collecting fossils. Music was another of his passions, and he played the violin with great skill. In his spare time, he even invented gadgets and tools to make everyday life easier. Jefferson envisioned a nation of independent farmers, free from the shackles of tyranny. He believed that the strength of the United States lay in its agrarian roots, with citizens who were self-sufficient and virtuous. He believed in the power of education, the importance of reason, and the pursuit of happiness. Jefferson founded the University of Virginia, reflecting his commitment to education and the enlightenment of future generations. You know, all that good stuff. His writings and ideas have inspired countless individuals and continue to be studied and admired. But Jefferson too was a man of contradictions. Despite his eloquent writings on freedom and equality, his actions did not always align with his words. He wrote eloquently about freedom and equality, while owning hundreds of slaves. This stark contradiction has led to much debate and criticism over the years. He condemned slavery as a moral abomination, but failed to fully break free from its grip. His inability to reconcile his beliefs with his actions is a complex and troubling aspect of his legacy. It's a stark reminder that even the most brilliant minds can be products of their time. Jefferson's life and legacy are a testament to the complexities of human nature and the enduring struggle for justice and equality. And then there's Benjamin Franklin, the ultimate self-made man. He was a printer, a scientist, an inventor, a diplomat, a writer, and a politician. This guy did it all. He was the original multi-hyphenate. Franklin was a firm believer in hard work, frugality, and self-improvement. He famously woke up at 5 a.m. every day, meticulously planning his schedule and sticking to a strict routine. He was also a champion of education and public service. He founded libraries, fire departments, and even a university. Talk about giving back to the community. Life in 18th-century colonial America wasn't all about revolution and political intrigue. It was a time of simple pleasures, hard work, and a strong sense of community. People lived off the land, farming, hunting, and trading goods. They gathered in taverns to discuss the news, share stories, and yes, maybe even complain about the British. Religion played a central role in their lives, with churches serving as social hubs. Education was valued, though limited to the wealthy elite. Section 6. The revolution will be televised. Well, not quite, but you get the idea. The American Revolution wasn't just a bunch of guys in wigs signing documents. It was a messy, chaotic, and often brutal affair. It was a fight for freedom, for independence, and for the right to self-determination. It was a war fought on battlefields and in living rooms, in taverns and in churches. It was a war that tested the resolve of ordinary men and women who were willing to risk everything for a better future. Section 7. Building a nation: blood, sweat, and probably some tears too. The American Revolution wasn't just about winning independence. It was about building a new nation from scratch. It was about creating a government that reflected the will of the people, a government that protected individual liberties and promoted the common good. It was a daunting task, fraught with challenges and disagreements. But the Founding Fathers, with all their flaws and contradictions, managed to create a system of government that has endured for centuries. Section 8. The price of freedom, more than just a Hamilton ticket. The American Revolution came at a cost. Thousands of soldiers lost their lives fighting for their beliefs. Families were torn apart, homes were destroyed, and the economy was in shambles. But the sacrifices of that generation paved the way for the freedoms we enjoy today. It's a reminder that freedom is not free. It's something that must be fought for, protected, and cherished by each generation. Section 9. Legacies and contradictions. Because nobody's perfect, not even Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers were complex figures. They were visionaries, leaders, and revolutionaries. But they were also flawed individuals who grappled with the complexities of their time. They left behind a legacy of freedom, democracy, and opportunity, but they also left behind a legacy of slavery, inequality, and injustice. It's up to us, the inheritors of their dream, to learn from their mistakes, to strive for a more perfect union, and to continue the never-ending work of building a more just and equitable society.